Joining me now is a social worker and convener Walk Against Suicide campaign, Oluwatobi Abodunrin. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, about 800,000 reports say about 800,000 Nigerians commit suicide. How worrisome is this trend, seeing the fact that we were once happy people and now this is it? What do you think changed in the first place?
I think the first thing is family. Family members no longer have time for themselves. They now neglect one another. You know, when issues start, you have to check the home first. So it's coming from the family first, then the society, because everyone is now on social media. We all want to see someone going forth and back, and then we feel we're not getting there already. So we begin to compare ourselves to our friends, to people around us, neglecting the fact that we're different from them. So most times this leads to depression, and the last stage of depression is suicide. And from there, the moment you start having the thought of suicide, you begin to feel, okay, I think that's the end of it all. Then the family members you're supposed to talk to don't even have time for you. The close friends you're supposed to talk to are very busy. Exactly. So
this is worrisome. Where do we begin to address these issues? You are a social worker. How have you been able to champion this, and are you getting as much support?
I've not gotten any support for as long as I've started this campaign.
How long have you been doing this for?
It's just like 4 weeks now. Just 4 weeks now. So since I started, I've not gotten anything. I even wrote some proposals to some places, and some are saying they don't want to attach themselves to suicide. I don't know why, because I try to understand, because it's something alarming, and some brands don't want to just associate themselves.
And do you think this is also a problem as well, where
yes,
people are not really willing to come out to address this?
It's a sign of neglect. The sign of neglect, and that is what's killing us, especially the youth. We no longer have that strength to hold on to ourselves anymore. So when we feel neglected, we fall into depression, and that's the end of it.
Support systems are not
exactly
available as they usually should. So, like I asked earlier, where do we begin to address this issue?
Family. You start from your home. The moment you can't speak to your mom, you can't speak to your dad, you can't speak to your siblings, you can't even speak to your friends. Some friends are even more than family members, and sometimes they just feel you're strong enough to hold on to it. And you know, the people that actually feel like they're very strong are the weakest in the mind. The moment it's an emotional pain. Emotional pain is not a physical pain. The physical pain, you can see that someone is having issues on their hand or something, but an emotional pain is deep down there. So the moment you can see it, the moment some people even cloud themselves so well that you can't even notice that anything is wrong with them. And when they try to speak to you, you're like, can I talk to you in a few minutes time? And that moment they actually want to talk to you is the moment they can speak. So the moment you just cut it off, like, give me a few minutes, they're off it. They can't talk to you anymore. They don't want to talk to you. It happened to me, you know. I wanted to talk to someone, and I was calling the person. I think I gave her like 6 missed calls, and then she was unable to pick. And the next morning when she called me, I was like, don't worry, I'm fine.
So is this what motivated you choosing to go this path?
No, but I actually feel I'm tired of seeing it on social media. This one committed suicide for just little things, you know. Even the 100 naira that you're holding, someone is depending on that 100 naira. Someone can just request for 100 naira from you, and that's the reason why the person wants to commit suicide.
Now, you have been campaigning to wipe out or to stop suicide amongst people, not just even young people, but amongst Nigerians generally. Talk to us about what you perceive as being at the center of anyone who wants to commit suicide. What could be the reason of anyone wanting to commit suicide?
You know, usually depression leads to suicide. So the first stage of it is unfulfillment. The moment you feel you're not up to standards. And you know, we youth of nowadays, we actually have a way of raging ourselves like, this is what I want to do at this particular time. By this time, I should be this, I should be that. At 25,
doesn't that even put them under pressure?
Do you understand? And then I think I need to cite an example of myself. There are some people I look up to, not that they are like my role models, but I look up to them like, okay, these people, I want to be like this person and all that. And then at some point in life, I realized that they're giving me stress. Because when I go to see you on social media, I realize, I'm not up to this person. You know, it becomes the pressure. And at the end of the day, you know what I did? I started unfollowing them one by one, because I realized that these people, if I continue doing this to myself, I'll hurt myself. So I decided to face myself and compete with myself alone.
Do you also think that social media is a big challenge here? Because when you go on social media, it seems everything is so beautiful, everything is so nice, everything is so sleek.
You know, I'm looking beautiful now. They feel, you know, they don't even know what I'm going through down there.
Yeah.
So, and that's how it is on camera, you know. So many people out there are actually on social media. We are always on social media. But sometimes we're not looking at the positive things on social media. We just look at, this person is looking nice. I want to be this, I want to be that. And then we start to pressurize ourselves. And then we begin to feel depressed. And then suicide comes up like, what else is remaining? What else can I achieve in this world? What else will I gain from all this? And then you want to commit suicide, which is not even the first thing for you to think of. Think about yourself. Start from the scratch. It is, I tell people it is okay to step back. If you realize that the front, like forward, is looking block or something, why don't you just move backwards a little bit
and start all over again?
Start all over again.
Right.
Go back to the drawing board. Where did I go wrong? How can I?
But that is just
myself?
being
You know?
logical about this, or
and then
being,
relationships too leads to
rational.
suicide.
Right. Let's bring the family in here now. What is the role of the family? Growing up, we used to have, you know, a lot of relatives, not even necessarily only mom and dad or brothers and sisters. We had uncles. Oh, uncle is coming to town. Hey, auntie is coming.
Exactly.
You know, we had cousins, and the bond was so much at that time. But what is it now, really, from what you see?
Now I realize that people no longer travel home. Some people don't even know their family home address. Like, I'm from Kwara State. I go to my hometown every year. Dad will make sure everyone visit the extended family members, and then we bond together. Some things that your dad do, maybe your uncle is not doing that, then you tell, Daddy, your brother is not doing this. You know, we get to bond. But now some people don't even know where they're from. They
a
just
lot of people don't know their cousins.
Do you understand? Like, they just know I'm from this state, and you can't even point at the place you're from. And then it leads to when you're having issues, and then you want to talk to your uncle or maybe your cousin, you can't reach them because you don't even know what's up. You don't. Let me just say you don't know what's up. You don't know what.
Or you don't even know them.
Exactly.
Apart from knowing their names and all, you don't know what makeup of their lives they are.
It's a big problem. It's a very big problem. You know, back then when your dad is doing something wrong, you can report to your uncle, and then your uncle will come and meet your dad. Come on, don't do that to you. You know. But now these things
have
no,
changed.
you understand.
All right. The world is becoming a global village. There are positive sides to it, or maybe there are also negative sides to it from the perspective of the African, the way we were communal before. All right, we have to leave you here now. Oluwatobi Abodurin, thank you so much for coming. We wish you well in your campaign.
Amen.
Right. Okay.